Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you're sleeping. From beaches with waves as big as a tsunami to the most dangerous man-eating predators lurking around, here are the 10 most dangerous beaches in the world. GANSBAAI Beach, South Africa. This is a beach where you could have a close underwater encounter with a shark. GANSBAAI, sometimes referred to as GANSBAAI or GANSBAAI, is a fishing town and popular tourist destination in the Western Cape, South Africa. As you can see in the clip, it has a dense population of great white sharks and whales. It offers tourists from all over the world to fish, along with a whale and shark watching location. Visitors here can watch one of the fiercest predators of the ocean closely from both surface and underwater, obviously by using the proper safety measures. Judging by how close these encounters are, it's definitely worth the dime. Skeleton Coast, Namibia. If you aren't spooked by the name, then maybe the rotting hulls of abandoned ships, ancient or modern, will put you off from swimming in the waters of this beach. Located in the southwestern African country Namibia, the beach is popular for being the resting place for shipwrecks, where you can see a number of scattered pieces along the beach shoreline. When these ships die off in the sea, they get deposited on the shore by the current. The only in and out of this coast is by going through hundreds of miles of hot and arid desert. The ages of most of the wreckages are completely mysterious, and it shows us never to underestimate how wild the oceans can get. Skeleton Coast was coined by John Henry Marsh for a book title about the shipwreck of the Dunedin Star. Since then, the beach has been called by that name due to the sheer coincidence. New Smyrna Beach, Florida. New Smyrna Beach is so dangerous that you can't even get into the shallow areas. As you can see in this clip, how close the sharks can get. This beach has a famous nickname of Shark Bite Capital of the World because of the high amount of shark bites to surfers. You are always guaranteed to have several shark attacks every summer just at the inlet alone. The beach has a variety of shark species, including bonnethead sharks that are a common sight, but you will also find blacktip sharks and bull sharks. Although the beach has been permanently closed, that doesn't stop all the adrenaline junkies. Fraser Island, Australia. Practically everything on this beach is trying to kill you, and neither of the sides is safe. Although the beach has sparkling lakes with lush green rainforests, it is a favorite hangout spot for great white sharks in the water and the infamous dingoes on the land. Both are known for their vicious bites. Aside from both these undomesticated predators, the beach has bluebottle and irukandji jellyfishes, both having the kind of sting that require immediate medical attention, which probably wouldn't be available on the island. The beach is located along the southeastern coast region in Queensland, Australia. The island is about 76 miles long and 14 miles wide. It was inscribed as a World Heritage Site in 1992. The Amazon beaches. You probably must have heard that some of the world's most terrifying and creepy inhabitants live in the Amazon beach. There are many land and water dwellers that can be found at an arm's length, including bullet ants, Brazilian wandering spiders, rattlesnakes, and the list goes on. These are some of the most dangerous creatures that visitors may encounter on a trip to the beaches of the Amazon. The water is home to a rich biodiversity of residents, such as the razor-sharp teeth fishes called the piranhas and the largest snake, also the heaviest in the world, the anaconda. Also called the water boa, anacondas would have no problem eating a lion. I mean, look at the size of that thing. So if you'd ask me, I'd definitely not have this beach on my go-to list. Boa Viagem Beach, Brazil. Another beach full of sharks. Boa Viagem is South America's version of New Smyrna Beach. Located in Recife, Brazil, Boa Viagem accounts for nearly 50% of recorded shark attacks in South America. It's now become known as South America's deadliest coastline. There are numerous theories as to what plagued the beach with shark attacks. Some believe it to be the sunken ship wreckage where these sharks live, while others believe it to have started after the Swap port was built in the 1990s. According to the BBC, there have been over 56 fatal shark attacks in the last 20 years by tiger and bull sharks. Cape Tribulation Beach, Australia. Seems like everything in Australia basically just wants to kill you. Situated in North Queensland, Australia, Cape Tribulation is a beautiful beach, though the plant and animal life are dodgy. To swim in this beach, you'd want to have a sting suit, as the water is infested with box jellyfish. If you get stung, the venom will strike your cardiovascular system, and you can end up drowning before you can get back to shore. There are other obstacles, such as the huge flightless birds with dagger-like claws called cassowaries, who are quite unfriendly by nature and may attack on spot. Now wait, that's not it yet. Stinging trees. Yep, you heard that right. These plants can cause significant pain and distress if you get stung just by gently touching the plant. And finally, saltwater crocodiles also live in these waters. Reunion Island. This has to be it. The most dangerous beach of all. A beach with an actual kill count. Located to the east of Madagascar, Reunion Island is a shark island where probability of an attack is 9 out of 10. In 2011, horror crept up on the once peaceful Reunion Island when a talented surf instructor was killed after getting caught up in a vicious shark attack. Efforts were made to retrieve his remains, but the divers were forced back by a huge aggressive bull shark, and the body was never to be found again. Since then, 11 people have died from shark attacks, with more than 50 attacks recorded between 1988 and 2016. Experts are trying to get an answer, but some theories suggest that it's either an increase in shark population or a change in behavior. However, surfing or swimming is strictly banned for good. SHANAY-TIMPISHKA, the boiling river. Just by the name, you'd know that swimming in it would be a bad idea. Hidden in the heart of the Amazon rainforest in Peru exists a mysterious boiling river that burns so hot, hotter than any hot springs you have ever seen. It's a tributary of the Amazon River. SHANAY-TIMPISHKA literally means boiled with the heat of the sun, although the source of heating is geothermal. Water temperature can reach from 113 degrees Fahrenheit to nearly 212 degrees Fahrenheit. With no geothermal vents or volcanic activity, scientists still haven't been able to get answers. They believe that the heat source is from the geothermal gradient of the Earth. After rain falls, the water is heated in the deep-rooted faults due to the geothermal gradient, and then fed to the surface of the Earth through faultlet hot springs that act to heat up the river along its stretch. Virginia Beach, USA. Safe, but not really. Virginia Beach is one of the most popular beach vacation spots in the state. Unlike your normal beaches, the waves can get really wild, along with strong rip currents that pop up like when Hurricane Henry moved up the coast. Red flags are often placed all over the beach to warn people not to get into the water for swimming or surfing. Aside from the aggressive ocean water, sharks are also spotted in shallow waters close to the beach. With sunrise and sunset, the chances of sharks being in shallow water is higher due to the high tide, which is why the experts have warned the beachgoers that they avoid swimming at that time of the day and not to wear any shiny jewelry. Now, the worst that would happen on this beach is that you get caught up in the sea storm with sharks on your tail. New Zealand's Campbell Island beaches. Beaches of New Zealand aren't as popular worldwide as the Australian beaches. The reason for that is that the beaches in New Zealand are sometimes insanely dangerous, like the Campbell Island beaches, where the waves tend to get a little gnarly. In 2018, a 24-meter-tall wave smashed into the Southern Ocean near the coast of Campbell Island, making it the largest recorded wave to ever hit in the Southern Hemisphere. Luckily, none of the public were around to actually see it, but a buoy that was floating in the area was able to record this massive impact. This broke the previous record holder wave by 3 meters, one that was spotted near Tasmania in 2012. Devil's Bath Pool. Nope, you won't get any superpowers from this pool, but only melt. Located in Waiotapu, New Zealand, Devil's Bath is a green sulfur lake, which may look like one of those animated toxic dump sites, but this light green pool formed naturally. The bright green color that the water has comes from the deposits of sulfur that move to the surface and remain afloat on top. The bright color signifies active minerals, while other hues are found around the area. Scientists and experts are still trying to find the origin of this natural wonder. Since the colors look so delightful, it is an ideal spot for most tourists at a safe distance from the vapors of the pool. MAHO Beach, Caribbean island. If you love the beach and airplanes, this is just the place for you. The MAHO Beach is a popular site for tourists and plane watchers, being adjacent to the Princess Juliana International Airport in Caribbean island of St. Martin. It is famous for watching aircrafts taking off and landing at the airport runway. Now, since this beach is at a spitting distance to that of an airplane runway, the dangers of bodily harm are high, especially when the planes are taking off. You can even see it in the clip, as people are being pushed away by the pressure of the engines. But this doesn't stop the sightseers, despite the warnings of local authorities. HANAKAPIAI Beach, Hawaii. At first sight of this horrific beach, I thought there was a tsunami coming. HANAKAPIAI Beach has dangerously powerful waves, strong rip currents, and high tides that wash away the sandy shoreline since there are no major reefs to hinder potent ocean currents. In the clip, you can see with such wild currents, it is certainly not safe for even the best swimmers or surfers, and this makes it a popular tourist attraction spot. It is located in the Hawaiian Islands on Kauai's Napali coast and is approximately 2 miles in length. According to the local authorities, from 1970 to 2010, about 30 people are known to have drowned here, but actual figures are still shrouded in mystery. So if you'd ask me, I think this beach is best to enjoy watching the waves from a high ground at a safe distance. Copacabana Beach, Brazil. Copacabana Beach isn't dangerous for any huge aggressive waves or bloodthirsty predators. It is dangerous because of the very high street crimes. This legendary Brazilian beach is notorious for being a hotspot for the light finger or pickpockets. If you decide to plan a trip to this beach, you better not carry your valuables. Now, the fact that these thieves will not stop at anything to get their daily haul is what makes this beach one of the most dangerous. Now, here's the worst part. These criminals would snatch pretty much anything left unattended, even if it's your clothing or towels. The beach is located in the south zone of the city of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Since the beach stretches for miles, it gives thieves countless opportunities. Praia do Norte Beach, Portugal. Love surfing? Well, this is just the spot for you. It is a beach located in Nazaré, Portugal, which, due to its giant, white, breaking waves, is famed for its surfing conditions. It is one of the most popular holiday resorts on Portugal's Atlantic coast. Nazaré's waves were listed on the Guinness Book of World Records for the biggest waves ever surfed. An average wave is around 30 meters high, providing an ultimate challenge to the surfers. Praia do Norte's very high breaking waves form due to the presence of the underwater Nazaré Canyon. The canyon creates constructive interference between incoming swell waves, which tends to make the waves much larger. Be warned though, only the most experienced surfers should surf in this beach. Chowpatty Beach, Mumbai. The entire idea of going to a beach is to enjoy the view, the waves, and maybe even go for a swim. Chowpatty Beach is many things, but beautiful's not one of them. It is essentially off limits to any self-respecting human. What makes it so dangerous is how uneasy it is to see. It's extremely polluted. In 2011, a ship carrying 60,000 tons of coal sank into the Chowpatty Beach. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency has warned anyone keen on swimming in this that they will have illnesses like diarrhea, sore throats, and countless more. It is not only the water that has issues, but even the beach is a no-go zone. It is littered with so much trash that it kills the entire point of going to a beach. Now, I don't know about you, but I wouldn't need to be told twice not to bother. Bikini Atoll. The name sounds like a fun place, but it's not really. It's a nuclear wasteland. Bikini Atoll is a coral island in the Pacific Ocean, consisting of a ring-shaped reef located between Hawaii and the Philippines. The United States detonated 23 nuclear devices there between 1946 and 1958 at 7 test sites on the reef, inside the atoll, in the air, and underwater. But then in 1970, about 160 Bikini Islanders returned to live on the atoll after they were reassured that it was safe. They remained for about 10 years, until scientists found an 11-fold increase in the cesium-137 body burdens after testing the water, and determined that the island was not safe after all. The island is now off-limits and considered to be completely abandoned. Moving on to the subscriber's pick of the day. This image was sent to us by one of our subscribers. Similarly, if you ever wish to know more about an image you come across, just send it on over to us. Who knows? We might even feature it in one of our videos. This picture was taken from a spot on the black sand beaches of Kilauea in Hawaii. You probably must have thought at one point that what would happen if an active volcano would meet with seawater. Well, this is it. In 2018, there was a massive volcanic eruption that decimated hundreds of houses, leaving many families essentially homeless. Businesses were left shattered. Millions of dollars of tourism money was lost as a result of the destructive eruption. But with difficulty comes easier times. After the disaster, there was more to celebrate with the creation of a new black sand beach at Isaac Kepo-Okalani Hale Beach Park, thanks to Kilauea. Steers Beach, England. Certainly not the kind of beach that you would want to go to, although it may have quite the view, but it's not a place for swimming. Steers Beach in Yorkshire, England was once described by the campaign group Surfers Against Sewage as one of the worst in Europe due to its polluted waters. The water is so polluted that you would be at risk of acute diarrhea, meningitis, E. coli poisoning, respiratory diseases, rashes, and the list just goes on. It has repeatedly failed to reach European Union standards for cleanliness. PLAYA ZIPOLITE, Mexico. Dangerous, but with a sense of humor. PLAYA ZIPOLITE is famous for being the first and only legal public nude beach, and at the same time, the name of the beach translates to the Beach of the Dead. Located in Oaxaca, Mexico, locals believe that the bodies are offered to the sea, and it is the consequence for why the beach was unoccupied, until alternative foreigners started arriving here in 1969. Currents at ZIPOLITE reportedly travel in circular patterns, effectively drawing unsuspecting swimmers out to sea, or pushing them towards the shore. Those that are pushed towards the beach by the current should count themselves lucky. So if you're not a good swimmer, or tend to panic in a stressful situation, it might be best to sit this one out. Well, that's all for today, guys. Thank you for watching the video. And if you guys found it interesting, I would much appreciate it if you comment down below about the video and leave the thumbs up. Last but not least, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for getting updates related to our latest videos.